Good morrow, good evening, good afternoon, thou of noble birth. Goedemorgen, goede avond of goedemiddag, edele geborene. Dit is Leviathan and Other Mysteries by Deborah Trussman. The monster. The monster is a whale, harpooned for blubber, oil and bone. The monster is extinct. The ocean bottom has been mapped, distances of stars computed, magnitude determined, and the chemistry of their cloudy atmospheres broken down. The time of the sun's death is known. Beacons glowed from anchored lobster boats like galaxies of fallen stars, like lights from secret fallen suns reflected in the harbor. Rigged, clanged inside the hollow metal masts of sailboats moored in safe water for the night. In the air of water, or water, a shooting star burned out. Water deeper than reflected light, its shallow waves will break reflection into particles of light, and that drifts in black space after the sun dies, after yellow time expands and falls and burns out like a meteor. The cold granite shore hulks like a whale beached on discovered stars. Centuries place telescope, sun rule over star, sea, moon, ink. A fairy coach, uncreated creator, instructs the sun with his effects, leading his slain dark immortal. New knots, renewed ink anew, without wheel, coin, paved gold. Couriers, mountains, streams, land, ties, suns, echoes of song. Innocence works, no need empire in minds, a goblet of praise. Gems, shade light of a shrine, till a simplest mouth pierces the meaning. The devotion of craft, ground fine before hero. Itself long, the tapper, right, fair, light for delight, not raising false hopes above nature. Miracle confirms only the possible. The eyes redeem while justice monkeys mischievous life. If she's beautiful, they will see actions and is to finish. A beast in a dream warns not to kill in all languages. Maps, graved, carved stones, musical strings, blasses, willows, shoots shy at dawn. Still no buds, old scourge on wit-nosed horse. Thou slayest pilgrims to one shrine, mistake skies placed throughout. Earth, grey tamarisk in black wind survives you, no shrine under your birthday. Tree lost in thickening forests, white summit of higher ranges hang golden khaki. Pomegranate that slack thirst, birds conquer the river, take pleasure. The boy's wise said, his rose and pink flower a deeper shade, gone, timorous, a single sunbeam enough to drive away many shadows. And now, stand still, not time beginning to measure. Verdant foliage, pure, more mated brightness discriminates minutely. Eye looks to arch to letter. Poverty, the fool's rot on his own back. Who deny what you have not tried? Read not into its desire until all be bright, called angelic instantly to resume its humanity. It is not enough to be happy. Camel suffers birth, hardest desert nomad, her midwife now defiled names. Resound again, bought cheap, sold dear, right, high, rise, alchemic, authority of manhood make man in Albanic consonants, without vowels, quaver, larynx and sphinx. Rails work, least with ideas, history a plant that dies. Though the angel's messenger cry, war, war, trickery, forced labor ruins gold, not the profit of work. Red maple leaves a rush of rich robes, skyborn seamless. Completed with breath of a yawn. What can divination teach? Venture here, venture lament, sideral foliage, folly prevailing yet not impassable. New people's arrows weakens call as ethereal gentlest birds echoed. This November there man's magnanimity strips itself naked. Each stays, loves his first love. Needles, west sea, earth, east. Today shouldn't a heart hurts, primitive hurdles, snail horn painting, order without ordainer, cleaning ports, troubled sea, Virgil a coach, seahorses draw home or one. Dissonance, winged, conceived, acting together, eyes fixed in their attention. Even disdained wall vanquished, one time the other born, with metal letters for all nations mirroring not with reed. Penned notes, lion chest opened, inventing lilies. If there's good in sin, deprivation, hated, the genial words, let the deaf judge with eyes, the blind with ears. Nearness and distance, motion and rest. Delight, not lines, by lines graces face. The body figures not clamor, eddies of notes destroy argument. Eternity, silence of stone, dim as it may tell. Me, if ever, compare bones of horses to man's tiptoeing nailed eons in the second hour. A child no better. A child knew better, asleep, for all age, stone. Things, judges, no dust will raise men of two mouths. They spoiled the great world, pitiful. Pity their famous fantasy, my art makes me their idol. Was there ever a time? Work did not convey endure modesty, not cheap or foolish, a lovable woman's unpainted white of her cambric forming her landscape or portrait, confronted with Militia's tower, ancient buildings stand, peaceable woods elude paradox, desire their uses through the world. Mine calls crystallize in earth, hats on scrape your boots, laugh it off. Abstractor of quintessence, speak mother tongue, stone chat, click eternity, can't love lacks. What it hasn't a case of one house less ink, governing others, blind mole persuaded any beast can see, brains, mule, light heart, trumpet full of fines, mercy, no merchandise, art, tracking music, Loose the old beachcomber gripe. Oh, the folly, craving for power, circumnavigating to read music into plumage. I then, hearing hungry, I climbed to eat. Envy in the flaccid of cold theatre of the world. The Vren and hindsight nest. An architecture honors a people's obstinate valor ages through infinite changes. Cold cauldron run over scattered, congregate their sanctuary the land. The blood's motion, arteries to veins and black to the heart. Come at last into a ample fields, sip every cup. A great book, great mischief perched dwarf on a giant. May see horse race or hind-bout calves out to pasture. Poet living tomb of his games. A quiet life for an ocean. The amphitical dissonation, quintax charisma. A 5-leaf, 5-blossom and an olive orchid, 5 fingers of a hand crossed X of bird, merry thought conjectural of wedding number. All things began in order to end in ordainer, yet always in few genera rule without expectation, making their worst use of time shortness, conceding the flexure. Marks our ballets care little who makes the laws. The higher geometry dividing a circle by 5 radii which concur not to make diameters, not necessary that the things a skeptic proposes be constant, only that the abler speak plainer, solid as the illiterate seeing water boiling, hissing at the ends at burning logs, to fare a soul not bothering. My son, the world paroles with words, pleasing justice a meridian decides to guard the glories of a face. The senses are too gross. Thank you. Thank you all.